summit will include over a dozen European leaders as well as the presidents of the European Commission and the European Council. The Education Department is offering a buyout of up to $25,000 to many of its employees.
Sorry guys, that it was so long that we had to. Sorry, you had to wait like almost a month for the part 5 video. So yeah, so enjoy.
Agency's top HR official states employees have until Monday at 11:59 p.m. to decide if they want to accept that one-time offer. The email says the offer is in advance of a, quote, very significant reduction in force. Eligible employees include those who have worked for the federal government for at least 3 years and have not month. The offer comes as the Senate prepares to vote on Linda McMahon's nomination as Education Secretary. That takes place on Monday. Wayne State is allowing more Michigan families to be part of a special tuition program. The university announced it's raising its income threshold for its Wayne State Guarantee Pledge, which covers the full cost of tuition with a combination of federal, state, and other Wayne State scholarships and grants. Families that earn $80,000 a year or less and have $50,000 or less in assets will now qualify for that guaranteed tuition program. The previous threshold was $70,000 of annual income. The new threshold is set to take effect at the start of the 2025-26 school year for all incoming freshmen. The Motor City is rolling out the red carpet for hundreds of hot rods and customized trucks and motorcycles. Huntington Place is revving up this weekend with the return of Autorama. The car show is a one-stop shop of hot rod classics and classic cars spanning the mid-century and up to some modern cars sprinkled in throughout the venue. One organizer says a car is everyone to admire.
You know, everybody's got a passion for a certain car in their life, and there's something similar to that here. You can walk the aisles, and if you like sports cars, you have sports cars. You like hot rods, or hot rods. You like classic cars, you have classic cars. You like to see.
The event is still open until 10 o'clock tonight, or you could head to the show tomorrow morning. They're open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Another mid-air scare, this time at Newark Liberty International Airport. What caused this plane's right wing to catch fire? And scary moments for a pair of window washers found dangling hundreds of feet above the ground. Their dramatic rescue next.
When you're hurt in an auto accident, don't let the insurance company treat you like junk. We'll fight the insurance.
The rule that crazy, cravey food has to be expensive, or that the voice guy can't take a bite. The new Philly cheesesteak burger, just $3.99.
On vacation, I met someone new.
Guys, this is Big Baby. Big Baby. Big Baby. Good for you.
Powerball jackpot. It's all anyone can talk about.
An investigation is underway after a FedEx cargo plane caught fire shortly after takeoff. This is video from Newark Liberty International Airport taken this morning. Video from people on the ground shows flames shooting out right of the right engine. Company and airport officials say the plane experienced a bird strike shortly after takeoff. The pilot declared an emergency, turned around, and made a safe landing back at Newark. No injuries were reported. FedEx said in a statement the company is thankful for the quick actions of the crew and first responders. And take a look at this. Bystanders in New York City saw a terrifying scene as scaffolding for window washers swayed wildly in the wind, hundreds of feet above the ground, as two workers held on for dear life. At one point, the scaffolding crashed into a window, sending glass shards raining down on the sidewalk below. Thankfully, the workers were rescued and escaped with only minor injuries. The Pope appears to be continuing his recovery journey at a hospital in Italy. The Vatican telling CNN Pope Francis had breakfast, drank coffee, and read the newspapers today. The Pope has been battling double pneumonia for the past 2 weeks after being admitted to a hospital in Rome for bronchitis. He had a scare on Friday when the Vatican says the 88-year-old pontiff suffered a sudden worsening of health. Today, he is said to be alert and aware, but the Vatican says his condition remains complex. For the first time, Ferndale Schools hosted its first robotics competition. Students from across the state were flexing their engineering skills and innovative designs. As Priya Mann reports, this is where the future scientists are built.
We are right in the middle of the action here in the pit where robotics teams are hard at work. We're talking about 40 top-tier high school robotics teams, and they are all competing for the top prize. Competitive robotics students transform the hallways of Ferndale High School into engineering hubs.
It's kind of competitive, but one of the biggest things is what they call co-opetition. So basically, like, teams work together and compete at the same time, and like the games are kind of like set up accordingly. So.
Yeah. Are you guys having fun? What's it like? Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's fun. Been doing it for 3 years. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't fun. This team was from Westland, and next to them, a team from Clinton Township.
If you can tell, we are the blue members, so that means we're on offense, so we're going to be helping out our team.
Macomb Academy was the only special needs team at the first robotics competition in Ferndale.
Best thing ever can happen, new experience, meet new teammates, meet other players and stuff like that.
Heck yeah.
They're incredible. They worked so hard. They did so much work on here, and I'm so proud of them.
And this is what they've all been prepping for. The matches pit 3 teams against 3 others in a high-stakes competition.
They've had 6 weeks to build their robots and figure out how to sort of optimally score and win the game.
Moments before their match, this team from the school at Mary Grove in Detroit were busy putting the finishing touches on their robot.
We're constantly in the lab thinking critically about how we should just approach everything when it comes to building, designing, coding, all that stuff.
How competitive is it?
I say it's very competitive because everybody wants to win, as a lot of people are still like within their pits and still working on it until like the last very minute, and I think that's also what we want to do as well.
And if you think this environment is intense, just wait for the World Championships in Houston next month. And get this, about an eighth of the teams competing there will be right here from Michigan. In Ferndale, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Pretty exciting, whether you're in Ferndale or downtown Detroit or Windsor. Well, we've had some beautiful sky conditions, but it is cold out there.
Very detailed Lego.
We're in the 20s today. It's a weather whiplash. So I'm going to tell you what we can expect for the rest of the weekend.
You can say that again. Also, be sure to join us next week for a conversation about climate change. The CEO of California's Pacific Gas and Electric Company is speaking at the Detroit Economic Hub. Patty Poppy, she's a Michigan native. You can watch it streaming live on Monday at 12:30 on Local 4 Plus.
A luscious ribeye steak with a signature blend of herbs and spices.
how that goes.
Now, forewarned weather with cutting-edge technology for the most up-to-the-minute forecast in Southeast Michigan.
And great Saturday evening to you. It is absolutely beautiful. We're just minutes away from sunset. We're looking toward the southwest. It is a beautiful day. Skies range from partly cloudy to mostly cloudy. A few of us got a few, like in fact, snow showers earlier. A couple of flurries are still possible. And you'll see on a ZachTrack 40 radar, there's a few places where you might encounter some of those flurries as you're driving along I-94, going over into the Chelsea community, right over toward the west side of Washtenaw County, going over toward Jackson. You might encounter some of those like effect snow showers. So here's what we have in the Detroit area. Metro Airport, we're coming in at 23 degrees, winds out of the northwest at 13 miles per hour. But look at this, the wind chill right now, 11. So it feels a lot colder out.
And if the NHL playoffs were underway, the Red Wings would be in. And tonight they take it outside against the team that they're tied with for a wild card spot.
And the Wings under the lights at Ohio Stadium Friday, getting ready for tonight's Stadium Series matchup against Columbus. The Blue Jackets got the best of the Wings on Thursday in a game where the Wings' best players had a tough time. But tonight, they'll be ready for this unique opportunity with an outdoor Stadium Series game.
Back from break, I think, you start wearing your gear and getting into the mode and thinking about it a little more. So, before that, I feel like we're not thinking about it too much. And, now is when it really ramps up.
There's a lot of excitement in the city of Columbus for it too, right? I mean, you hear there's going to be 90,000 people at a hockey game. It's pretty cool.
I took this spoiler off.
In front of that many people.
As you heard Patrick Kane say, there are at least 90,000 tickets sold, less than 105,000 for the 2014 Winter Classic at the Big House. Well, who wants to go to Ohio to watch?
Exactly.
Right?
No, yeah. This is the first time the Wings are playing outside since the Centennial Classic in Toronto in 2017. OAR will perform before the game, and 21 pilots will perform during the first intermission. Face-off is set for 6 o'clock.
That is pretty cool. Despite the setting, it's a pretty cool
It's just a neat experience to see it outside, too.
Yeah.
And staying in Columbus for a minute, it was the season finale for Michigan hockey at Ohio State. The Wolverines went 1 for 7 on the power play, but they found a way to build up a lead. Michigan holds off a late push from Ohio State, 4-3, the final in Columbus.
Nice.
With the win, the Wolverines clinched home ice for next week's Big Ten quarterfinals. That's versus Penn State. And tickets, by the way, go on sale Monday morning. Hey, Brian.
Hey there, Priya and Nick. Good Saturday morning, everybody. After a mild end to the week, we were well into the 50s yesterday. We've got colder changes to start the weekend and a few snowflakes as you're heading out the door early Saturday morning. ZachTrack 4D radar this morning showing some of those scattered snowflakes, especially as you're waking up. Let's go into Wayne County, where I've seen a few pictures early this morning of some of these snow showers or flurries leaving a light coating of snow on the ground. So a little bit of snow falling over toward Hamtramck and just outside of downtown Detroit. Then from Garden City down to Inkster, a little bit of snow. Then working over into Washtenaw County, Webster down to Northfield, as well as around Ypsilanti, a little bit of snow. We go north over into Oakland County this morning, looking at a little bit of snow there as well. Auburn Hills, a little bit of snow. Then West Bloomfield over toward Birmingham, Beverly Hills, some light snow. And then we pull it off to the, if I can just there we go, wrong one. We'll pull it off to the east here, over into portions of Livingston County. A little bit of snow showing up Heartland, just to the north of Brighton. So keep this in your radar. While it's not going to be a completely wintry day, we will see a little bit of sunshine as you head outside as well. Tower cam over downtown Detroit, showing a few breaks in the clouds for some of that sunshine. 25 degrees this morning here in Detroit, 24 over in Ann Arbor, 20 this morning starting off in Pontiac, and 27 as you're waking up down in Monroe. Winds are going to be one of the big stories today. Winds gusting in excess of 25 to 35 miles an hour already this morning. That is putting wind chills, or what it feels like outside, well into the teens for some of us. Single digits along the north of N59, and feeling like it's below zero, 2 below in Sandusky this morning. We will keep the colder changes around as we head throughout the entire weekend. There goes our cold front from yesterday. Behind it, northwesterly flow kicking in, so we've got the lake effect snow machine active with winter weather advisories in northern and northwestern Michigan. We will hold on to a few snowflakes higher from portions of Tennessee into Mississippi, as well as eastern Arkansas and northern. All modes of severe weather, including the threat for some strong tornadoes down in portions of the Tennessee Valley and Gulf states. That's all thanks to a strong low pressure system that will bring us a healthy dose of rainfall by the middle of the week. Rain moves in Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon, sticks around all the way through Tuesday night, where we could see a healthy dose of rain overnight Tuesday night into early on Wednesday morning. But the rain showers stick around through late Wednesday night as our low pressure system works off to the north and east. We turn it over to some snow showers as we head into our Thursday. Colder weather moving back in. Those snow showers end late Thursday night. We dry things out heading into the end of the week on Friday. We're into the 30s today and tomorrow, but weather whiplash is with us. We are into the 40s and heading into the mid-50s for daytime highs by the time we get to Wednesday. We've already hit our high of 37 around midnight. Temperatures will hold into the 20s the rest of the day, with those winds gusting upwards of 30 to 35 miles an hour. Right around the freezing mark tomorrow. Lots of sunshine before we rapidly warm things up with rain moving in Tuesday and into Wednesday, giving way to snow showers and highs in the 30s by Thursday.
At least we're getting some sunshine.
It's the winds.
Across the state in a new order approved by the MPSC, electric providers, including DTE and consumers, could face up to $10 million in penalties for failing to improve reliability. And this follows a recent audit finding DTE and consumers have, quote, worse than average interruptions and restoration delays compared to other utilities. DTE and consumers combined serve about 80% of Michigan's electric customers.
Well, travel season is upon us, and if you're hunting for the best flight deals, you might want to skip DTW. Metro is one of the most expensive airports to fly out of in the entire country. According to new data from the Department of Transportation, the average airfare last quarter was $365. Also topping the list is Washington, D.C., Santa Ana, San Francisco, and Salt Lake City. The cheapest airports to fly out of are Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Las Vegas, and Chicago.
Wait, so is this about the price of flights, or how much you're spending when you're there?
The price of flights.
Oh,
yes.
I wonder why Detroit, because we're a hub.
Well, because we have the prettiest airport.
We really do. It is beautiful.
Nice, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan laying out his priorities for his final year in office.
We are back at 7:30 with some of the major items in the mayor's budget proposal, and taking a live look at the Vatican. Well, no, that is still Duggan there. But meanwhile, Catholic leaders are providing an update overnight as Pope Francis has a setback in his recovery. And we'll be right back.
Gardner White is making it rain with instant cash back. This Saturday, get $100 back for every $500 you spend, with no limit on how much you can save. Save $300, $500, even $600 on this leather power reclining sectional. Plus, it's in stock, so you don't have to wait, and we'll deliver on your schedule, even the same day. Save like never before on Detroit's lowest
bro.
Casino, every day is your chance at a free jackpot and the number one feeling, which is still winning. Still better than number 23. A bear being afraid of you. Live from downtown Detroit, your news starts right now.
The Motor City is rolling out the red carpet for hundreds of hot rods, motorcycles, and trucks. This morning we are live from Autorama, and next we'll be talking about the Mercurius GTC. She's a beaut.
And here's an overhead view from one of our live cameras. Wow, Hudson Building looking gorgeous along with that sunshine, but it is going to be a cold start to the month. But you know what? There is a warm-up in sight as well, so it's not all bad. And that's how we're going to start this 7:30 half hour. Good Saturday morning. Thanks for waking up with us.
You know, it's funny. I was walking outside a couple days ago, and it was like 28 degrees. It was the morning show, and I was actually fairly comfortable. I just kept thinking to myself, our bodies prep us because when it's 7 degrees outside, this we can handle.
Yeah.
So this isn't too
But
bad.
this is the opposite. I will take that. Like, let's suffer through single digits because then it will feel nice when we're in the hovering around
But
the
then
freezing
it's
mark.
50 and it goes down like this.
Yeah, this is too much.
So what you're saying is you can't be happy or pleased.
Wow, Brian, that is a good segue. What do you think? Can I be happy, please?
Not gonna touch that. Not gonna touch that. Definitely a shock to the system as you're waking up early this morning. A little bit of sunshine, but some of us a few snowflakes as you're waking up this morning as well. Exact Track 40 radar showing some of those snowflakes down into Wayne and portions of Washtenaw County. So right around Inkster down to Taylor, heading toward Ecorse as well as Riverview, and then working back toward Belleville. A few snowflakes this morning. Washtenaw County, east of Ann Arbor, over toward Ypsilanti, I-94, and then off into portions of southern Oakland County and southern Livingston County, seeing a few snowflakes this morning. Heartland down toward near Wixom and Novi this morning. Beverly Hills, Madison Heights, a few snowflakes. This is going to be the trend as we go throughout the start of the weekend, but we will see some sunshine, especially as you head out the door. We're sitting at 24 degrees this morning here in Detroit, but that northwest wind at about 17 miles an hour with wind gusts in excess of 25 to 35 miles an hour for everybody is making it feel much colder this morning. Wind chills into the teens and single digits, and even feeling like it's 1 below zero this morning up in Sandusky. You will need that winter coat as we head throughout the entire day on Saturday. That northwesterly flow kicking in overnight last night and early this morning. Winter weather advisories up for the northwestern portions of the state for some lake effect snow accumulation. We will keep a few snowflakes, some sunshine, and gusty winds into the forecast today. We've already hit our high into the 30s earlier this morning. Temperatures holding into the 20s as we head throughout the entire day today. I'll talk about how long these cold temperatures stick around, followed by a rapid warm-up. Details in your full 4-1 forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Brian, thank you. The Detroit mother who was living in a van when 2 of her 4 kids died from possible cold exposure has now been given a new home. Tatiana Williams was given the house thanks to the City of Detroit and Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries. The home comes freshly painted with new furniture and appliances. The family will get to stay in the house for a year, and officials with the Detroit Rescue Mission say it will do regular check-ins and help Williams create a long-term housing plan. Another big story we are following, the Detroit budget, as Mayor Duggan lays out his priorities for his final year in office. It includes a cut in property taxes. The $3 million reduction would save homeowners $150 per year for a $100,000 home. The mayor also wants to increase funding for DDOT, commit more money to homeless outreach and violence prevention work. This marks the 12th balanced budget for Detroit since exiting bankruptcy. The city council will hold public hearings starting on March 11th.
In August of 2022, a Detroit man went on a terrifying shooting spree, leaving 2 people dead and another seriously hurt. The man accused of pulling the trigger is Dante